All right, let's talk about one of the most intense conflicts. Maybe the most intense conflict any of us will ever face. And it's not happening on some distant battlefield. Nope, it's happening right now in that quiet space between your ears. We're talking about the battle for your mind. Seriously, have you ever felt that way? Like your own mind is your greatest enemy? It's that feeling where no matter where you go, your thoughts are right there with you, just tormenting you. Replaying old memories, cooking up fears that aren't even real, fighting these silent wars that nobody else even knows are happening. You're out there, smiling, but inside, it feels like your thoughts are just screaming, louder than any crowd. Yeah, that's the feeling we're going to tackle head on today.
So here's the thing. It's not your life that's broken. Most of us, right? We think our problems are all out there. It's the job, it's the relationship, it's something that happened in the past. But the idea we're digging into here is that the real battlefield, it's inside your head. It's not about trying to fix everything around you first. And this quote, this really gets to the heart of it. You don't have a broken life. You have an undisciplined mind. And once you master it, everything in your life begins to change. Just let that sit for a second. It's not a broken life, it's an undisciplined mind. And look, this isn't about blaming yourself. Not at all. It's about recognizing where your power is. The whole idea is that the key to changing everything out there is to first get a handle on what's happening in here. So what are we really talking about here? An undisciplined mind? What does that even feel like? Well, it's like being trapped in a prison with no bars. You can't see the walls, you can't touch them because they're made out of your own thoughts. It's just this constant internal chaos, and it ends up affecting, well, absolutely everything. And there's some real cost to this, you know? Think about it. An untrained mind, it just replays the past on a loop, right? Until you can't even see a future. And it creates these storms that don't even exist, just pure anxiety out of nowhere. It can twist your friends and the enemies in your head and turn hope into fear. And this is huge. It makes you tired. But you're not tired from doing things. You're exhausted from thinking about them. And maybe the scariest part, it believes whatever you tell it, especially if you tell it the same thing over and over and over again. I love this comparison because it's just so vivid. On one side, you have the untrained mind. It's like a wild horse, just dragging you wherever it wants to go. It can feel like a slaughterhouse, just full of self-criticism, or a sponge soaking up every bit of negativity around you. But look at the other side. The trained mind? That's not a wild horse. It's a force of nature. It's not a slaughterhouse. It's a sanctuary, a place you can go for peace. And it's not a sponge just taking everything in. It's a lighthouse, standing tall, cutting through the darkness, guiding the way, no matter how bad the storm gets. That's the shift we're talking about. Okay, so that's the problem. It's a big one. But what's the solution? How do we actually fix this? Well, it all starts with a huge shift in how you see yourself. You have to stop being a prisoner of your own mind and start becoming its gatekeeper. You decide what thoughts get to stay. And that's really what mental discipline is. It's not about pretending you don't have negative thoughts or ignoring pain. It's about becoming the gatekeeper of your mind's fortress. It's you consciously filtering every single thought that shows up. Picture every thought as someone knocking on your door. You get to look through the peephole and ask, hey, are you bringing fear or clarity, shame or growth? And if you don't like the answer, you just don't let it in. Simple as that. And that leads right to this. Not every thought deserves your energy. Not every memory needs to be relived. Not every fear needs to be fed. I mean, just think about how much of our daily energy gets wasted on thoughts that do absolutely nothing for us. We feed our fears, we put painful memories on repeat, we give all our attention to self-doubt. Realizing you have a choice, that's the first step. You can literally choose to starve the thoughts that tear you down and feed the ones that build you up. All right, so that's the big idea. But the real question is, how? How do you actually do this? Let's talk about the practical tools you can use to build that inner fortress. So there are 4 really fundamental practices here. Number 1, guard your thoughts. You're the gatekeeper, remember? Don't just let anything wander in. Number 2, choose what you consume. I mean, think about it. Your mind becomes what you feed it. If you're constantly scrolling through negativity, gossip, all that chaos, you're just fueling the fire. Number 3, and this one is so crucial, reprogram with repetition. Your mind learns from what it hears the most. And finally, number 4, practice stillness. Just silence. We live in such a noisy world, but silence isn't empty. It's actually full of answers. It's where you finally get some clarity.
Let's really drill down on that third one, because repetition is reprogramming. Your brain doesn't really care if what it's hearing is true or not at first. It just learns from what it hears over and over again. So, you have to be the one to tell it what to believe. You have to speak what you want to become a reality, even if, especially if, you don't feel it yet. You declare it. I am capable. I choose peace. I am not my past. You just keep saying it. You say it until your own mind has no other option but to accept it as the new truth. That is how you reprogram the system.
Okay, so you put in the work, you commit to these practices. What happens then? What does life actually look like when you start to win this battle? Because it's not just about feeling a little less anxious. We're talking about a complete shift in how you experience your entire life. You literally start ruling from the inside out.
And these are the rewards. Just imagine this for a second. You face a huge disappointment, but it doesn't define your worth. Or you hear an insult, and you instantly know it's about them, not you. You can feel peace, real peace, even when your life makes no sense on the outside. You no longer feel this need to prove yourself to anyone. And this last one is my favorite. You become the thermostat, not the thermometer. Right? You're not just reflecting the temperature of the room. You're the one who sets it. Now that is real power.
And really, this is what it all comes down to. The chains around your potential are not physical. They are mental. But what the mind binds, the mind can also break. Think about that. All the things you feel are holding you back, those chains on your potential, they're not actually out there in the world. They're mental. But here is the most incredible, empowering part. The same mind that forged those chains is the only thing powerful enough to break them. Freedom really is an inside job.
So I want to leave you with this one final question. I want you to think of your mind as a territory, as a kingdom. And every single day, there are forces trying to take it over. Fear, doubt, old traumas, what other people think, they all want to rule. So the question isn't if there's a battle being fought for that territory. Oh, trust me, there is. The only question left to answer is this: who or what will you allow it to rule it?